What's the most corny thing someone has ever done? I was talking to this girl, McKenna, in my history class. Things were going perfect. 2 weeks of flirting. She laughed at everything I said, and everyone in class could see it. We had chemistry. The kind where you make eye contact across the room and it's not weird. It's just right. I thought I had this locked down. Then Bryce entered the picture. Bryce apparently liked her too. But instead of quietly taking the L like a functioning human being, he decided to launch the most delusional romantic campaign I've ever witnessed. One random Tuesday, I walked into history class like normal. Bryce walked in looking like he was about to officiate a funeral. Full 3E suit, vest, tie, pocket square, the works. He had flowers in his hand. Not like a single rose. A whole bouquet wrapped in crinkly plastic from the grocery store. He walked straight up to McKenna's desk, pulled out her chair, and said, "After you." "Milady." The entire class exploded. People were choking on their own laughter. Someone dropped their binder. I just sat there watching this man self-destruct in real time. McKenna looked at him, looked at me, and whispered, "Is he serious?" I couldn't even respond because I was trying not to cry laughing. Bryce sat down like he just nailed a scene in a Netflix original. Confident, proud, completely unaware that he just became the punchline of the entire school year. But it didn't stop there. Every single day after that, Bryce showed up dressed like he was attending a gala. Designer polo, button-up, slacks that looked like they cost more than my car insurance. He'd open doors for McKenna, offer to carry her book, and call her beautiful, in this voice that sounded like a Victorian ghost trying to seduce someone through a wind tunnel. McKenna would just look at me and roll her eyes every time. At one point, she leaned over and whispered, "Does he think we're in a Jane Austen novel?" I said, "I think he thinks he is Jane Austen." The whole class started catching on. People would see him coming and narrate his entrances like a nature documentary. And here we see the desperate male, adorned in his finest blazer, approaching his uninterested mate. Even the teacher noticed. One day, she pulled him aside after class and told him to tone it down because his theatrics were disrupting the lesson. Bro got a warning from the teacher for being too romantic. I thought that would be the wake-up call. Nope. He kept going. Started leaving handwritten notes on McKenna's desk with quotes like, "Your smile could light up the darkest room." She showed me one and said, "I'm afraid to throw this away in case it's evidence later." At this point, I wasn't even worried about competition. I was just watching a man voluntarily ruin his own reputation in 4K. Then one day after school, I was walking to my car when I heard someone sprinting behind me. I turned around and it was McKenna, out of breath, hair everywhere. She stopped, looked at me, and said, "Add me on Snapchat."